What's going on, YouTube? Before we get to this episode, I wanted to take this time to say rest in peace to the late, great DMX. For those of you who don't know, when it comes to just music and what I see as far as the image of a character, that image to me is represented by DMX. He never hid who he was. He never hid his struggle. He never tried to create an image to hide behind. Although he had obvious trauma, obvious trials and tribulations that the world got to witness, he never lost faith in that man up there. And now he's finally in peace to have the many, many great conversations that I'm sure he always wanted to have with that man up there. This was a previously recorded episode, so of course it happened before the news, but I couldn't let this episode be released without me saying something, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Shout out to King Bless the God, somebody that I knew for a number of years, somebody that I look at as an older brother. We had a great conversation, and just like always, you know my guests love to drop gems. So pull out the notebook, sit back, enjoy this episode, man. I am Desmond Bonet. This is The Room, but having a healthy mind is priority. We here today with another special guest, man. He goes by the name of King Bless, but I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we'll go from there, man. How you feeling, man?
You already know, doing some good, baby, you know, macking, living life, trying to stay afloat, you know what I mean? You already know, for y'all who don't know me, King Bless the God, King Bless in the street, however you want to call me, King, don't matter. It is what it is.
Give everybody just a small backstory. I've known Bless for, I want to say, probably like a good, 11, 12 now? Probably like 11 years.
Yeah.
Probably like 11, 12 years, man. So I know him from a specific thing, but I wanted to just highlight the other side, in my opinion, that doesn't really get, showcased to the world. I'm gonna let him continue with just a brief. To me, I see Bless as somebody as whenever you meet different people who have a certain passion for the entertainment industry, is always to be in front of the camera. It's never to really create and just be behind something that's amazing. I've met Bless as he was in position or trying to be in a position to where he could fall back and just work on developing different artists and giving them different opportunities and things like that. So I wanted to bring him on to kind of showcase that and to see if we could figure out where that even stems from. Maybe something happened in his childhood that, makes him want to help people. You never know, man. That's why everybody's story is important. We stop talking and let our guests talk.
Right. All right, so, more or less, me, we're doing my own thing, man, for a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's raised a real gorilla and lion, you know what I'm saying, at the age 16, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of shit I wasn't helped with, a lot of things I wanted to do, I ain't had that backbone, I ain't had that support, you know what I'm saying, that everybody had. I mean, I never had that, you could do whatever you want to do when you do it, you know what I mean? So, whenever it came down to me helping somebody, whether it be in a studio with their lyrics, making beats, just general life shit, you know what I mean? General life situations, I do what I can, you know what I'm saying? If I got the knowledge and the know-how to enlighten somebody on what they're doing or how they can go about something, I try to put my 2 cents in if they allow me, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just jump in and be like, yo, this is what this is how it is. I mean, if you allow me to enlighten you, then I do what I can. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So we're gonna start off with, you know what I'm saying, like when I first got my own apartment, you know what I'm saying? I let a lot of my peoples and shit that that didn't have nowhere to go or needed a place to stay. I let them come rock with me, you know what I'm saying? Help out that way, you know what I mean? I let a few people stay and a lot of people took advantage. And I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn that you can't help everybody. You can only help the ones that's willing to accept the help and move forward. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in them situations where I've helped people, you know, and it's like it's been taken for granted. You take the kindness for weakness, and then when the strength of me come out, it's like, oh, but why? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I've helped people as far as just wanting to know certain things, as far as getting a job or who they could talk to or how they could go about something, with a resume. You know what I mean? It's not like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you said it. You know what I mean? If you could teach somebody something the right way, to teach them how to say it to a person, your presence and your presentation is always meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with this music thing. If you want to rap something, you want somebody to feel what you rapping. You don't want to just put lyrics out there and it's like, all right, I mean, he says some dope shit, but I don't really like it. You know what I mean? You can say a lot in a rap and it don't mean nothing if a nigga don't feel it. You know what I mean? If you don't make somebody feel what you saying or what you going through in that rhyme. Same thing in the streets, you know what I mean? When you talking to somebody and they going through a hard situation in their life, it's about how you tell somebody something on how they can be better with themselves. You know what I'm saying? You have to give a person that feeling that they can do it. You have to give them that feeling that they can believe in themselves. You have to have that self-motivation. You got to give somebody self-motivation sometimes. Sometimes people don't have self-motivation. And if you could put that self-motivation into themselves, then they can help themselves as well as you trying to help.
Mm. Let me ask you a question before you continue. In your younger days, were not to say you was insecure or anything, or if you were, you can let me know. But were you lacking in that department when it come to self motivating? Is that like part of the reason why you're so strong as far as making sure other people believe in themselves?
Well, I never lacked the funny thing, honestly, real talk, man. I never lacked the fact of being insecure of anything, man. I've always anything I did, I always felt like I was the best at it, whether I wasn't or not. I always just felt like I was the best at it. And I had got with my boxing coach, man, and my boxing coach told me I was too cocky. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you cocky, man. You good, but you cocky. And he's like, yo, how being cocky is sometimes good, but not always good. He says, yo, sometimes the silent killer is the best killers, person that don't know what you can do. But when you show them, it impresses them more than you telling them what you can do and then doing it. You know what I mean? If you could just be like, oh, listen, if you give me the opportunity to show you something, I guarantee you won't regret it. So
Definitely, man.
boxing taught
I
me,
actually practice that a lot, man. Moving in silence is the best way.
right? So boxing taught me how to be that silent killer more than anything. It gave me more self-discipline when it came down to keeping my energy alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, I want to be able to get a job or something and just tell them, listen, point me in the right direction and watch me work. That's it. That's what you need me to do. Watch me work. I'm gonna do what I can at the best of my ability, and it's either on you to like it or you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I gave it my all. And that's all we can do. As human beings, that's all we can do is give it our all. Make somebody understand that, listen, I tried. If I ain't do nothing in my life, I tried. I don't believe in the word I can't. I don't care what it is. I don't believe in the word I can't. You can do whatever it is you want to do, man. If you put your mind to it and you go hard for it and you put that same energy you put into getting a job, maintaining your crib, getting a car, taking care of your family, you know what I'm saying? Just being the best you that possibly be, life would be so much easier when it comes down to saying, yo, listen, I did my all. And if I gotta leave this earth today or tomorrow, man, listen, a person can always say, yo, listen, that man tried or that woman tried. They did what they can. When you bend over backwards and forward and sideways and twisted, you know what I'm saying? Before you leave this earth, whether you gotta leave this earth today or tomorrow, you want people to be able to say at the end of the day, whether it not even be at your funeral, whether it's just people talking about you, that you can actually say, about that person. Listen, they tried everything they can. They gave it their all. They never gave up. They never said they can't. You know what I'm saying? You want people to be able to talk highly about you and not just negative. You know what I mean? So right now I've been keeping a
Living,
lot of
never
negative.
dying, man. I see it.
Right. That's why I like your motto, Deuce, and that's why, you know, from day one, from the time I met you, forever living, never dying, man. There's so many meanings to that. You know what I'm saying? So many meanings to that. You know, you want a person to forever live on, so you want that whatever it is that you did to forever be talked about. And that's what the forever living is. You know what I'm saying? For me, like forever living is the legacy and the legend that you was, that you gave, and people could still talk about that shit years later.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the history of it. Like, you still talking about a person that passed away 10, 20 years ago. That's the legend of the man. You know what I'm saying? That's the forever living part. You know what I'm saying? That's the never dying part. I never died because people were still talking about me. People were still reminiscing and remembering things that we've done.
Exactly. It's about the impact you leave on people's lives, man. That imprint.
Right.
I tell people that all the time, man. Like, we so focused on what we doing now, we don't really think about, like, what's the lasting effect of what we doing, like what's gonna linger around from whatever it is we doing, man. And that's important to me, because I don't know if it comes with being an overthinker or what, but that was, always in my brain since a kid, like, what's gonna happen when I'm not here no more? How are people gonna talk about me? What are they gonna think? If they
Right.
were to use me for anything, what part of my life are they gonna point to? You feel me? So,
Right.
you know.
That's the thing, man, with a lot of people with shit. They look at different personas and perceptions of life and say, yo, I want to be remembered for this. And sometimes it's not always good. You know what I mean? I don't want to be remembered for being a gangster or a goon or a person that used to beat people up. I want to be remembered, man, honestly, as number one and always as a great father. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids, and I want to always forever be remembered as a great father. You know what I'm saying? Not no father that was here and there and there and here. I want to be remembered. Yo, I know my father for doing this, that, and the third. I want my brothers and sisters to say, yo, listen, my brother was a great father. He took care of his kids. He did all he could for his kids before he left his earth. And guess what? He actually left his kids a whole lot of shit to say, I got from my father. The number one thing they're going to get from me is knowledge. Material shit is nothing. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Or my dad taught me this before he left. My dad taught me that before he left. All the other shit is just material things that come and go. So I don't care about, I left my daughters a car, a piece, some real estate, some money. When I leave this earth, man, I want my daughters to be able to say, oh, listen, my dad left me to know how to get my own.
As they should. As they should.
You know what I mean? That's what I want my kids to, and people to know me for. The number one thing in my whole life. If I don't care about nothing or whatever I do, that's one thing I want my kids to know that I leave in them is knowledge. Knowledge to be able to say you can. Knowledge to be able to say I could do whatever I want. Knowledge to say that I built this on my own. Knowledge to say that when they talk it, I can understand. Real estate. I know how to say I can get out and get my own money. I can invest. My dad taught me how to invest in money and get my money the right way. My dad taught me how to save to be able to take care of the next generation in the family. Understand?
That's dope.
That's the number one legacy I want to leave.
I'm gonna do this mid episode just because you saying a lot of real shit right now, and I usually don't even curse when it comes to this platform, but you're saying a lot of real shit right now. So I'm gonna just make a switch mid episode, man. This episode, I'm gonna switch the title to the importance of legacy, because everything you're saying is not only just making sense in general, but it's making sense now as to why helping is so important to you. Now I'm starting to see where it really comes from and the motivation behind it.
Right.
And you brought up something that I not to say that I didn't even think about it, but I just probably wasn't going to touch on it this conversation, is fatherhood.
Right.
And I think this is important right now to even tell the people, although you and your ex are great co-parenters, essentially you're a single father who has more than one daughter. I want to say that again because I know daughters can be difficult. He has more than one daughter, so to hear a single father talk about his kids in the way you just talked about, we don't see that at all. And if we do see it, there's no light on it. And y'all know here, the whole concept around flowers is super important to me. So I wanted to highlight that because that's super important. And everything you're talking about now it makes sense, man. It makes sense. It makes sense.
I got 4 kids, man. I got 3 daughters, 1 son. And I'll tell you no lie, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's like having a good relationship with the mother or the father, you know what I'm saying, to get an understanding of what's going on with your children. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fathers don't want to be involved, and a lot of fathers do want to be involved, and it could be flip-flop. Sometimes, you know, a woman would say, yo, he don't want to be involved, and he do. You know what I'm saying? A man can not want to be involved, but somewhat involved. But at the end of the day, us as black men, man, we need to be more involved in our children's life, give them that discipline that they need and that knowledge that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by discipline, I mean by at the end of the day, yo, listen, you don't always have to beat your kids to discipline them. You don't always have to put hands and feet on them to discipline them. Listen, kids don't understand that nowadays, man. Yo, I got my ass beat when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I did. And it did make me the man I am today. And at the end of the day, listen, if I was bad and I got in trouble, listen, I got on punishment. I got TV taken away from me, video games, anything when it came down to having fun, I got that shit taken away from me. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, listen, it made me more disciplined in life because my mom was that person was like, listen, you don't get nothing, but you can read this book. When you're done reading this book, you can tell me everything about this book without having to look back in the book. So I became a reader, man. I became a real good reader, regardless of what I do, man, in life. I became a reader. I read and I try to get the knowledge to myself. You would discipline your kids by putting them in the room with nothing and just give them a book. Tell them to read that book. Go chapter by chapter. All right, tell me about chapter 1. Tell me about chapter 2. You understand what I'm saying? So on and so forth. You don't have to always beat your kids. You know what I'm saying? And I give a great shout out to all the parents and shit that have, you know, kids that got disabilities and ADHD and, you know, different things like that. That's a hard task to deal with when it comes to a parent. A lot of people don't understand that, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's hard to discipline that child because they don't really get what they're doing wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But there's ways around it by sitting there constantly talking and talking and talking. When you drill something in somebody's head, they'll get it eventually. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said the word, man, I can't, should never be in nobody's vocabulary. I don't care what color or race you are, man, it shouldn't be in nobody's vocabulary. So us as black fathers, black mothers, we got to do better, man. We got to come to an understanding and conclusion that, listen, we're going to be a co-parent. We're gonna do this together, even if we're not together. If I need you, be there. If I don't need you, be there. You understand what I'm saying? So whether you need it or not, be there. That's to all parents, man, or especially us black fathers. Be there. Be there. That kid needs you, period.
Super, super important, man. Only thing I can say is something that I've said in a million episodes. I hope you guys have your notebook. I hope you got your pen or you got your phone out, and I hope you taking notes, man. The reason why this is my favorite part of doing my show is because I get to learn. It's a reason why I don't do too many solo episodes, and I like to get into the episodes where I get to engage in conversation. Because like I said, I've known Bless for 10, 11 years, and I'm still learning as I talk to different individuals that I've known for a good period of time. So hope you taking your notes, man. We learning together, man. My fault, bro. Keep going.
You good, buddy. But yeah, man, as far as like trying things, man, you know what I mean? You can't never be afraid of trying things. You can't never say that, you know, you can't do something. And what I mean by that, you know, I've heard people when I had the conversation, you know what I mean, with a very smart, intelligent mother earlier, you feel what I'm saying? Of the word I can't. You know what I'm saying? Doctors might tell you, yo, you can't do this no more. They've told people they couldn't walk no more. People proved them wrong. They've told people they can't have kids no more. They proved them wrong. You know what I mean? Each and every day, man, you can prove somebody can't. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. You won't try. You won't give it an effort of saying, oh, I did it more than my expectations.
People have
Giving something a try doesn't mean, oh, you're going to try for a day or two and then give up, a month or two and give up. Man, you could try for fucking years before you decide to say, yo, I don't want to do this no more. Don't say I can't. Just say, yo, I'm not going to do that because it's not what I choose to do. You know what I mean? I understand. I tried it. It just wasn't for me. I understand you saying, yo, listen, it's not for me. But to say you can't should never be in nobody's vocabulary. Listen, give it to give.
People have a fear of failure. Like sometimes that fear of something not working, it'll have them, scared to even try it. What would you say?
Right.
What would you say to somebody who has a hard time stepping over that hump? Like they want to do it. They feel like they can do it. They feel like they'll be the best at doing it, but they just scared of what if I do it and it don't work. What would you say to somebody like that?
I would tell them, listen, give it your best energy that you would give to something that you don't put no effort to. You give effort to putting money together to get some bud or get a bottle of liquor, you know what I'm saying, or to show up out and show out at a party. So if you could give that your all with little to no effort, then you can give the thing that's going to help you make money or make you a better person in life or make you succeed in life your all the same way with little to no effort, man. It's nothing to say, yo, listen, you're going to try. So think about the little things you give little to no effort to just to get your next high, your next drunk, your next party outfit. You know what I'm saying? To impress a nigga that you're going out on a date with or to impress a female that you're going out on a date with. Give it your all. The same way you do that, same way you get your nails done and you want to be pretty and you want to be this, with little to no effort, give the same energy, man, little to no effort, and guarantee you'll start to say, yo, you know what? Now I'm going to put even more effort into this. Just try it. Just say, yo, listen, I'm going to jump out there with a leap of faith and hope God's hands will catch me and carry me over. You understand what I'm saying? Like they say, you know what I'm saying? When you doing certain shit, man, scared money don't make no money. And if you ain't willing to make this money and get out here and get it and do what you need to do to say, listen, my kids got what they need, not what they want, because I chose to say, I'm going to get out there and get it. I gave them everything they needed. Put that effort in. Put your best foot forward. Shit, even if your foot ain't that good, shit, put it forward anyway. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that's super important too is, and it's crazy because I was having a conversation about this with somebody recently. Some of the most successful people in the world, every move that they made that contributes to their success, if you ask them, how do they feel doing it, 9 times out of 10 they'll tell you, I was scared out my ass. I didn't know if it was gonna work. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I did what I needed to do, and this is what happened. So fear is not a bad thing. Like fear is a good thing. Like this show right here. Like, I could come on here and I could say a million things, but just the fact that I'm believing in something that I created and is damn near my baby, and it's no what's the word I'm looking for? It's no guarantee that this is gonna be, whatever it's supposed to be in however many years. It's no guarantee.
Right.
You gotta just do it. When you thought
But
of
you know what?
when you
You
thought of
just started a legacy, man. You started a legacy, man. Years from now, God willing, this shit will succeed and excel, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if anything was to happen to Deuce right now, you know what I'm saying, Desmond Bonet, if anything was to happen to me right now, niggas could dig up these tapes and these recordings to say, yo, look, this is the type of shit he did. This is the type of man he was. He was a positive man. He did all he could to try to get where he needed to be. And it might have not got far, but guess what? I could dig up tapes on this man. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I thank YouTube and I thank, podcasters and all that, because at the end of the day, back in the day, people done so much and nothing to show for it, no videos, no pictures to show for it.
Yep.
Now we got things to show for it. You got videos, you got YouTube, you got Twitter and everything to show for that. You tried something that nobody else wanted to try, or nobody believed in you to try, or people doubted you to try. So years from now, man, listen, I'll be looking at this same recording. Yeah, look, this is the type of shit I did. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I was on my man podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a fact. That's super dope, because that's the same thing you did. You know,
Right.
when you started Borough Mob, it was no guarantee that it was gonna be something that people like, let alone something that you could actually build and own on. But you believed in it, you kept going, and now you here. About to rebrand, about to relaunch. I don't want to
Right.
speak on it too soon, but there's all I'm gonna say is there's something that I've been waiting for a while from him and another individual that the world is finally gonna get, man. So yeah,
Right.
it's the same thing across the board. Just like I told Nino, man. Like I call Nino a big brother, but it's the same thing with you. It's the
Right.
same thing with you. I learned. I'm gonna tell you this for the first time, and this is perfect because we on camera. Before, damn, what's the year? I want to say 2000. It had to be like 2009. Had to be like
Mm.
2009. Probably like 2009. The time
Yeah.
that I met around the time I met you both, you and Nino. I've always read books. I've always been a self learner. Mainly because I used to hate authority at the time. So I'm like, I'm gonna do everything myself. I was just real big on that. So I took
Mm.
pride in that. I was always the only person that I knew that did certain things in a certain manner. Fun fact, first time saying this out loud. When I met Bless, the first time I went to Bless apartment with Nino, I seen two stacks that caught my eye. The first stack was a big ass stack of comic books, and the second stack was a big ass stack of books. Now I didn't even have to read like the size of the side of the books and see what he was reading. It was just the fact that he had more than me. And I've blessed tell you this. I've never said this to him. I've never said this to nobody. This was like a little competition I created in my head. First time I walked in this man's crib, I've seen that, and I just told myself, nah, I gotta step it up. And from that day on, like, in my own mind, as the years went on, I was keeping up with Bless in my head, as I was building my own book collection and things like that. And, essentially it kind of pushed me to do this because I felt like I had, the right, as far as I'm having a brain fart right now, the right education, on it. I did the proper research and had the knowledge on it, man. So yeah, man. Never let you know that, man. First two stacks I noticed when I went into your house. I definitely
Man,
had
well, I appreciate
on my
that
toes.
put a mark on your life, man, to say that you wanted to build a bigger book collection, man. Because, like I said, man, knowledge is key, man. You know what I mean? The more you learn, the better person you become. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I'm glad that I inspired you when you walked in my brother do read that I do sit here and I'm not just, I'm just trying to do this music shit and I'm not reading on nothing. You know what I mean? I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, man. Love is love. And I'm glad that did affect you to say that you wanted to do more reading.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
That's why this right here is more like, all right. So let's say the whole mental health thing didn't exist. I feel
Yeah.
like I would have still did something like this because you get to engage in conversation and learn things like that, and not only just learn, you get to highlight shit like the environments that we come from, the
Right.
the narratives that's always placed on it is
Right.
always in favor of the thug, the gangster, the hoodlum. And
Right.
on TV and to the world, the thug, the gangster, and the hoodlum are only that. They're people who commit crimes and do these crazy acts and stuff like that. But they don't show you, everything behind the person and why they even doing what they doing. Because nine times out of ten, it's because they have to. But they don't show you the other side. Like just because somebody might have made a mistake doesn't mean that this man didn't study in law, or a lot of people don't know this. You a fucking amazing cook. A lot of people don't know, like, you've actually had professional jobs where you were the top cook.
Right, right.
Like, a lot of people like to focus only on, yo, I seen Bless knock such and such out. And I would never argue that. I've seen Bless do it as well. Is a reason, not to say that that's the reason, but it's a reason why me and Bless became cool. He's like this, I'm like this, but as far as the heart, we both right here. So that's where the connection is at. But like I said, the chef thing, people don't like to mention that too much, and
Right,
the fact that you a great father, you spoke on it without me even having to say anything about it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's why this is like, I feel like this is super important because it shows a whole another side when it comes to just, and even right now, the year 2020, 2021, with everything that happened last year, 2020, when it comes to the black men and women, people are trying real hard to just keep that negative notation on it.
right.
You feel what I'm saying? So everything you're talking about is super important. Not only is it important here, but I hope that you continue to do that on your own time.
Facts.
And just I'm here, man. I'm waiting for the Burrow Mall return. So I
It's
ain't,
coming. It's coming soon. And I mean, I'm
I'm,
gonna let everybody know that shit definitely coming soon. Some definitely in the works, man. You know what I'm saying? But slowly but surely, you know what I mean, got to come back better and stronger than we ever did. So at the end of the day, we definitely gonna drop a few things. You know what I'm saying? It's just slow motion better than no motion. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like you said, man, like to touch back on the subject you touched on, um, a lot of people don't know a lot of things about me. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the skill sets that I have and the credentials that I have. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being a gangster. It's not about being able to knock somebody out. It's not about how thug I am or how hoodlum I am, because you go to a job, the first thing they think, oh, black man with dreads, some type of gang affiliated. A lot of people don't even realize, man, King Bless the God, that everybody know right now here on radio, King Bless the God ain't down with no gang. I ain't gang affiliated at all. I bang by myself. I hang by myself. I goes anywhere by myself because I'm good everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm good everywhere. You know what I mean? But like you said, dude, you know what I mean? I appreciate you mentioning that, yeah, I'm a great cook. You know what I mean? I'm a great chef. Yeah, I do. But I actually have my license for it. You know what I'm saying? I've been cooking for years. You know what I'm saying? I've done security. I've done armed security. I had my gun license, you know what I mean, before the whole getting locked up, incarcerated thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, I did construction for 9 years. I got my OSHAs, you know what I mean? Got my 10 and my 30, you know what I'm saying? I drive a forklift. I got a license for that. You know what I'm saying? What else? I'm a carpenter, you know what I'm saying? If everybody who ever been in my crib, whoever know me, know that I build just about everything in my crib that I got. You know what I mean? From studio booth to studio desk to barbershop, you know what I'm saying? To the shelves in my crib, dude, I built my own headboard for my bed, you know what I'm saying? Like I does this. This is what I do, you know what I mean? And that comes to the whole fact of there's nothing that a brother can't do. I fix cars. I've been fixing cars since I was 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I do it all. There's nothing I can't do. So when you find a man that can do a whole bunch, man, listen, not for nothing. It's not to say that that's what I want, but ladies love that. Ladies love a man that could do a lot. You know what I mean? Not just get in the crib and eat and take a shower. Yo, man, I got the dinner today. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cook and it be good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna wash the dishes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to do whatever you put your mind to. So that word I can't, man, would never be in my vocabulary ever, ever. There's nothing in this world I can't do. There's nothing that I won't put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to tell people, man, if y'all heard it before, listen, I've been saying this shit for years, and I ain't gonna say I created it, but I feel like I did. Listen, there's a method to my madness, but even my madness has a method. So at the end of the day, man, we can only be the person you gonna be the best of. Can't be nobody else but me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir,
For
man.
every action, there's a reaction. Some good, some bad, and some in between. You got to make it to where you want it to be.
There you have it, people, man. I ain't even got nothing to add, man. That's the strong words from then I'm gonna give him my own title today. Even if he don't like it, he gonna accept it. From the knowledge God of King Bless, man. First and foremost, I appreciate you coming onto the show, bro, stepping into the room. Real quick before we get out of here, let everybody know just little things they can find you at, whether it's social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is. I'm gonna make sure I have it down below.
First, facts. First and foremost, man, I want to thank you for having me on your show, man. It's always a pleasure being on the show with my brother. You know what I'm saying? If anybody don't like it, oh well, that's my little brother. And I'm always greatly appreciated. Love is always love, you know what I'm saying? But for all the people that want to follow me, want to get to know who I am and want to see what I do, you know what I mean? If you're an RC enthusiast, I fuck with the RCs too. So we're gonna make it simple and easy. King Bless the God. It's King Bless, one word. KINGBLESS, the God, another word, DAGOD. So it's King Bless the God. You can follow me on anything. If you actually Google my name, only me, baby. I pop up Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Foursquare, everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it. It's King Bless the God on everything. You follow me there. I'll definitely add you back. I'll definitely follow back. You know what I'm saying? If you got any questions you want to ask, holler at me on anything. Facebook, Instagram. All you gotta do is hit me up, bro.
Hope you guys enjoyed the interview, man. Just to summarize and, just give you guys what I got from it, man. He spoke a lot on the importance of not only legacy, but also stepping out your comfort zone and the importance of fatherhood, man. I want to thank my guest today for stepping into the room. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. I am Desmond Bonet. This is The Room, where having a healthy mind is priority.